Okie dokie, to focus on you. Okie dokie.
Okay, ready? We'll start over. When did you become a Scoutmaster for Troop 500?
In 2011, I became Scoutmaster for the troop, and before that I was an Assistant Scoutmaster.
And what is your name?
My name's Tim Penny.
Thank you. Why did you become a Troop 500 Scoutmaster?
My son was starting Scouts, and his friends were in the troop, and I started as an Assistant Scoutmaster, and then I became Scoutmaster after that.
Nice. What was it like being Scoutmaster during your time at the leadership role? Was it easy, hard?
I thought it was pretty easy being Scoutmaster. We had a good group of boys in the troop, and a good mix of older boys and younger boys, so that really helped make things happen.
Cool. What was the greatest part about being a Scoutmaster?
I think the best part was seeing the boys advance, seeing the younger guys come in and start off and go through advancement, go through ranks, and see the older guys that stick with it and watch them advance, and as they got older into high school, watch them mature and stay with Scouts.
Next question. What was your favorite camping trip as a Scoutmaster?
My favorite camping trip was getting to go to Philmont. Went there with a big group, and my son and some of his buddies went. So that was especially fun to go with those guys.
What was your favorite story from a camping trip?
Favorite story?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I guess one of my favorite things, sort of a little bit funny stories. We went on a canoe trip one year, and it was really cold and rainy, and we hadn't expected that. And I remember going into the tent to check on the boys, and Sam, my son, and Evan Thorson were in there, and they weren't moving. I sort of poked them to make sure they were still okay, because it was so cold out there that night. I just remember that, and that was one that, the next time out we were always ready, always prepared for whatever was going to happen.
Nice. On a fun level, 1 to 10, the other part, where 1 is the least fun you've ever had and 10 is the most fun you've ever had, how high would you say your fun level was during your run as Scoutmaster?
I would say 8 or 9. It was pretty fun. There's a lot of activities, a lot of outings we did that were fun to get to go on.
You were an Eagle, right?
Yes, I'm an Eagle Scout.
How hard was it to get to that point?
It was pretty hard. It was a lot of work, getting all the merit badges, meeting all the requirements. Doing that, I was doing, sports like a lot of the guys do, and doing schoolwork. So it was hard to keep up with the Scouts.
Right. Was it harder to get Eagle then than it is today, and why do you think that is?
It seems to me a little harder now. Just some of the boys have service projects that are pretty involved, and just the activities everybody's involved in makes for a lot more work.
What was it like commanding the pancake feast, and was it hard or easy?
I always thought the pancake feast was pretty easy. There was because the boys all liked doing it. The older guys liked to cook and organize it. There was a lot of behind the scenes help with parents helping out. The young guys liked being there and being a part of it. So it went pretty smoothly because of that.
Quiet them down a little.
Excuse me, if you could do those requirements, that'd be great.
Next question, we're almost done.
Okay.
What was the biggest accomplishment in your life in Scouting?
For me, my biggest accomplishment with Scouting was becoming an Eagle Scout when I was in Scouts myself. And then I think becoming an adult leader, becoming a scoutmaster as an adult was a nice accomplishment for me.
What was the most memorable moment? Oh, you don't remember that far, so we won't do that one. If you could go back in time and tell yourself, your younger scouting self, a tip, what would it be?
I think I would tell my younger self to stay involved in the scouting activities. Take advantage of what's going on with scouts. That's one thing that, talking to some of the boys that became Eagle Scouts, one of the things they always said was they wish they would have participated more. And I think that's for a lot of scouts, that's one thing to participate. I know they have sports in school and a lot of things pulling them in other directions, but I think if they can participate in scouts, it's really worth it.
Well, thank you very much. That is all we're telling.
Okay.
And make sure everything's good. Yep, it's great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.